When it comes to your financial investments, you may have heard that it's important to diversify. Okay, what does that mean and how do you get started? Here to tell us more is Eric Stepanek and Steve Rand. They are with Scottsdale Bullion and Coin. Great to see both of you. They're here to show you how you can help. Eric, I want to start with you. Who's a typical client of yours?
Well, a typical client, we have so many different types of clients, but the majority of the clients that we usually have are the baby boomers, my parents' crowd. We have all different types of age levels that come in, but they are definitely the predominant ones. After that would probably be seniors, you know, grandparents and those types of folks. But then we've seen a very large group that's a little bit younger right now, you know, the beginning of the 40s, that type of things, people that started businesses and they're starting to do well and they have money that they need to park. So we've seen more and more of that recently.
So it's kind of got a good gamut going, you
know?
We've
it really
got
does.
From the early retirees to some of the later ones.
Because it's never too early to start thinking about retirement.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. And Steve, what is the typical investment strategy? Are they into precious metals?
No, generally no, because most people, when they hear about investments, they're talking to their financial advisor about the stock market or maybe bonds or something very, very conservative like that. But they're never really understanding that they need that extra hedge that's going to help them to be able to protect them from market volatility. And that's where we can really help them to be able to protect themselves. If you look back at 2007, so many people weren't protected. They saw a massive decrease in their assets, where if they had just had a small percentage of their assets in precious metals, it would have helped them to be able to weather that storm quite nicely.
All right, so in the intro, I said diversify. People go, huh? What does that mean? Can you give us an example of that from a diversification standpoint? Where do we begin?
Yeah, well, I mean, most people think of diversification. They think, well, I've got these mutual funds and I've got these stocks, but that's all paper. And you need to have physical metals in there as well to be able to protect that money as well. The stock markets, you know, it can do a number of different things, obviously, but when you look at what metals have done consistently throughout the years, they'll always protect your purchasing power. What an ounce of gold buys you today, it'll buy you 100 years from now. That's
true. We've seen that number tick up, especially as of late. And so what is the typical time frame, Eric, for this investment? How long does it take before we start seeing a return?
Well, the good news of this is it's not like typical other investments where people are looking to buy it and sell it in 6 months. You know, it's not that type of investment. I usually tell people, buy it no sooner than 2 years will you want to liquidate. Maybe wait as long as, you know, 5 to 10. And then for the younger crowd, it's even better because they might never want to sell it. It might be something that they're going to put away. They're going to continue to try to add as their portfolio grows to try to keep a constant percentage in their portfolio. As they become more and more wealthy, they're going to need more and more of that to offset losses in other areas. But then as time goes on, you know, they might end up passing it on to their children, and their children might pass it on to their children. And I know that there's some stories out there about that.
I was sharing that with you. You know, my father-in-law passed away last year. He had been collecting coins since he was a little boy. Nobody in the family wanted it, but my husband did, and he's going to keep these coins. And what kind of an investment? Do enough people do this?
Well, you know,
are enough people investing in coins and precious
No, there's
metals?
not enough, because people don't really, again, they don't really understand it. They don't really know the value of what they're getting. And many of our clients that are older especially know that they're going to leave these on to their kids and their grandkids. And it's a great way to be able to leave a legacy that's, you know, can be an extremely private way to do it, but more importantly, it's something that's always going to hold its value, unlike companies that can go to zero overnight.
Absolutely. And on the table is an introductory packet, and that's going to be a part of our special offer right now. We want to tell you about Scottsdale Bullion and Coin. They have a special offer for the first 15 callers. You're going to get a free introductory packet. They are located at 14500 Northside Boulevard, Suite 204. Give them a call today, 480-459-5597, or you can also go to their website, sbcgold.com.